What's good, y'all? How y'all doing on this good Monday morning? Um, so we lost a goat the other day, y'all. Like a goat. Like we use that goat shit loosely nowadays, but nobody can argue that DMX was a goat. You know what I'm saying? Like for me personally, he was in my top three, along with Pimp C and Tupac. I don't know where he ranked with y'all, but it's nobody can argue that he wasn't a legend. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely a legend by anybody. You know, he was definitely one of the first to switch over and get the acting too, because I was born in 94. So me first getting to know DMX was more on the acting side. Like, nigga, I remember having Romeo Must Die and Cradle to the Grave both on VCR. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch both them motherfuckers all the time. But the music, and of course everybody knew the music. You heard it all the time. The nigga barking. You know, even as a kid, you gonna always remember that, because who else was fucking barking? You know, but it took me to get grown and realize that barking was pain. That barking was crying. You know what I'm saying? That barking was saying how hurt I am. You know what I'm saying? The nigga just ain't no another way to express it. You know what I'm saying? He a dog, like he say. So, you know, and it took me to get grown to realize it actually wasn't until like 2017. Like I was dealing with my own addiction problems. I was trying to get through, and you know, I had problems with my partners and shit. Like my big cousin had got killed, and man, it just seemed like everything in my life was fucked up at the time. So I moved out of town and got to just doing different shit. You know what I'm saying? At least trying to, but it's hard, bro, trying to deal with that type of pain and the addiction. Like I say, the pain from the city and my partners and my cousin, but also trying to get over addiction, like wing that, like by yourself. Like that shit was one of the most difficult things ever. But also I was realizing how the music that I was listening to at the time, like the new shit, not only was it sounding the same, so I was getting tired of hearing all the shit sound the same, but I think the music was pushing you deeper into the addiction, because most of the music I like, Future, and I'm still a fan, you know what I'm saying? But I would be lying to say that Future don't make you want to do drugs even more. Like, I was already doing drugs, but I was already getting high. And the Future just made me feel like, okay, I ain't doing shit wrong. You know what I'm saying? Keep pulling up. You know what I'm saying? Pop another perk. You know, whatever. But DMX showed me it's a different way to deal with your pain. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we all know DMX had drug problems, but it wasn't in the music. That nigga wasn't influencing you to do drugs in his music. You know what I'm saying? It was more the pain and the aggression in the music that I felt. That's what made me realize, like, wow, this nigga is really the truth. Like, he is the truth. Because now in my age range, everybody praise Jay-Z as being like the GOAT rapper and all of that. And to me, I think DMX shit murdering him. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I know niggas are gonna want to argue that with me all day long, but I think DMX is better than Jay-Z, and I've been arguing this with or saying this with niggas and willing to argue with niggas about this for years now. You know what I'm saying? At least since I've been hip to him and realized his real impact on the game. But yeah, man, DMX was just a tough nigga, bro. Like all the shit he was going through, he put it out there. Like he made himself vulnerable. He made it. He still to this day probably the only one that make yourself being vulnerable, putting yourself out there to everybody being cool. Nowadays everybody hide that shit. Everybody a gangster. Everybody hide their pain behind being tough, behind guns, behind drugs, behind clothes and cars and jewelry and shit. He wasn't on none of that. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get it how you get it. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't no nigga that's finna bow down or go with the flow because it's cool at the moment. You know what I'm saying? Them the type of stand-up niggas I respect. Them the type of niggas that I let my child listen to with all the cursing and all of that. That's the type of music I would pass down because it's real music. Like, it's a time and place for everything, but music is music. Music is universal. Like, either you gonna feel it or you not. You know what I'm saying? But at some point you will. At some point you gonna get down and that DMX gonna hit you like it did for me. But, you know, again, condolences to him. Send my condolences to his family and all his kids and loved ones and shit, man. Like I say, he an entertainer and a great rapper to me, but that was somebody's dad and son and uncle and nephew and uncle. Like, so condolences to all of them, because I know all of them gonna feel it, because he was a praying motherfucker, bro. Y'all done seen like so much shit that I didn't surface and I didn't seen since he didn't pass. But man, I knew he was a praying person, but man, he prayed with everybody, bro. So everybody just take y'all time out to pray for his family, and Y'all have a good one, man. Keep it G. RIP DMX.